position. And as it is, we are in the very last minutes of the game at Nottingham Forest. We are in the very last minutes of that game. Chelsea still leading. The only thing the Nottingham Forest can get from this game is a draw. And that still cannot get them the Champions League spot. And that still cannot kick Chelsea off the perch. And Manchester City ends their game 2-goal lead against Fulham. Manchester City ends their game against Fulham. And with a win, 2-goal lead. And they sealed their third position. They sealed the third position, unquestionably the third position to go to the Champions League. Across from Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs White to recycle the ball into the box. Opportunity there for Nottingham Forest, but that one will go out of touch. The time is already up. We are waiting any moment from now for the referee to blow the whistle in the Chelsea game against Nottingham Forest. Any moment from now, it will be the end of that game, and Chelsea will go with the win. And any moment from now, also in the game against Aston Villa. And that game ends with Newcastle losing, but they still qualify. Newcastle lose, they still qualify. Newcastle lose, they still qualify. And they will be end of the game here too. Chelsea with a win versus Nottingham Forest. They sealed their fourth position and they take the game into their hands and they decide for themselves that they need the Champions League so badly. The game already ends almost all around. The only game we have eyes on now is Manchester United versus Aston Villa, which is still on, very much on. And it does look like there's no way back for Aston Villa in that one. So as it stands, Liverpool, the very first in the season, and they take the title. And Arsenal, second on the season, and they take the second position to go to the Champions League with 74 points, 10 behind Liverpool. And Manchester City with 71 points to take the top position going to the Champions League. And Chelsea with the fourth position with 69 points, take fourth position going to the Champions League. And Newcastle United, without any doubt, we go to the Champions League with fifth position. They're playing at home. Tottenham Hotspur playing at home against Brighton, and they lose 4-1. Unbelievable. Trashing for Tottenham Hotspur in the last day of the season. While they were playing at home, actually having won the Europa League. Disgraceful, to say the least. Disgraceful, to say the least, for Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United took care of business after Aston Villa went down 10 men when their goalkeeper, Martinez, got a red card. And they could not get themselves together to be able to keep themselves level in that game, in what they actually need, since Newcastle is losing. Aston Villa need only a draw to go to the Champions League, but they couldn't get that as Manchester United beat them well.
Well, I would imagine you're a mixture of emotions, proud of your season, but very frustrated about today.
Yeah, frustrated today, but we are in Europa League. We are in Europe. First year in Conference League, last year in Conference League, this year in Champions League, and this year in Europa League. To be in Europe is important, and being in 3 years in a row, I think, is something we are showing our consistency. And today we lost the opportunity, but we didn't deserve more. We started the match today poor in our performances collectively and individually. When we were getting better after they had some chances to score, they didn't score. We were getting better and we were feeling more comfortable after the minute 25, 30. We were getting better our positioning on the field. It was the key moments for the send-off of Emiliano Martinez, and of course after it we needed to be resilient, we needed to defend, we needed to defend low block, goalkeeper, and believe in our moment to get some attacking action or some corner, some fault. And just we scored one goal, and normally this goal, if the referee was under his control, this momentum to white before to whistle this action, I think was a goal after VAR, or we watch it in the TV. But we are making mistake, the players are making mistake, and the referees sometimes they are making mistake. We have to accept it. And we lost, and we didn't deserve more. But we were being resilient, and we were scoring one goal, and maybe through it, maybe we could even to get better results.
Liverpool, on the last day, even after winning the league, they draw their last game. They draw their last game against Crystal Palace at home. And Crystal Palace almost ran away with a win. Almost ran away with a win. The last gap equalizer for Liverpool saved their blush from being an embarrassing one in the last game. And as it stands, I will go again. The relegation as it stands is, before this game, we already know Leicester City have no other choice but relegated, and Ipswich have no other choice but relegated. And Southampton have long been relegated in this game. This is the worst showing for any Premier League team since the beginning of the Premier League. Southampton was really shameful throughout the season. And now going into the Champions League spot is Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Newcastle United. And now there will be a fight for the Europa League and Conference League between Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, and of course Brighton. Brighton still in the frame to go to one of those competitions. Brighton still in the frame to go to one of those competitions. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for the listening pleasure. And I really enjoy everybody's contribution. I cannot but appreciate those who are listening on the FM radio and those who are also watching on our social media platform. Thank you very much for all your contribution. This is OGM News FM radio and a presentation of Football League Fest. It is always unbeatable Football League Fest. And brought the close to the season, close to this game at this very moment.
All right, friends, here's the deal. We need your support to level up our game. How can you help? Simple. Like, share, and drop a comment. Shower us with your love, your applause, or even your brutally honest displeasure. We can take it, we promise. Your feedback fuels us, even if it stings a little. And before you dash off, go ahead and smash that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Heck, if you're feeling retro, send us a carrier pigeon or a smoke signal. Stay awesome, stay witty, and we'll see you next time.